I wish to tell you an interesting story about Antoninus before he became emperor. This story is preserved in the early 3rd century work named The Lives of the Sophists, written by Philostratus. This tale concerns the sophist Polemon, a master of rhetoric who was highly favoured by Trajan and Hadrian, and these emperors routinely sought his advice. He resided in the city of Smyrna and won many imperial favours for this city, and received many civic honours as a result. Antoninus was made proconsul of Asia a few years before he was given the rank of Caesar by Hadrian, and this brought him into conflict with the renowned sophist. The story goes as follows. Antoninus was proconsul of the whole of Asia without exception, and once he took up his lodging in Polemon's house because it was the best in Smyrna and belonged to the most notable citizen. However, Polemon arrived home at night from a journey and raised an outcry at the door that he was outrageously treated in being shut out of his own house, and next he compelled Antoninus to move to another house. The Emperor Hadrian was informed of this, but he held no inquiry into the affair, lest he should reopen the wound. But in considering what would happen after his death, and that even mild natures are often provoked by persons who are too aggressive and irritating, Hadrian became anxious about Polemon. Accordingly, in his last testament on the affairs of the empire, he wrote, "And Polemon, the sophist, advised me to make this arrangement. By this means he opened the way for him to win favour as a benefactor, and forgiveness enough, and to spare." And in fact, Antoninus used to jest with Polemon about what happened in Smyrna, thus showing that he had by no means forgotten it, though by the honours with which he exalted him on every occasion, he seemed to pledge himself not to bear it in mind. This is the sort of jest he would make. When Polemon came to Rome, Antoninus embraced him, and then said, "Give Polemon a lodging, and do not let anyone turn him out of it." And once, when a tragic actor who had performed at the Olympic Games in Asia, over which Polemon presided, declared that he would prosecute him because Polemon had expelled him at the beginning of the play, the Emperor Antoninus asked the actor at what time it was when he was expelled from the theatre, and when he replied that it happened to be at noon, the Emperor made this witty comment, "But it was midnight when he expelled me from his house, and I did not prosecute him." Let this suffice to show how mild an emperor could be, and how arrogant a mere man.